Hi, my name is Mark and today I want to tell you more about a new game called Netherwatch. This is a prototype of Netherwatch and I got this game from Mariucci Designs. You can know them from the Explorer series, one of my most favorite fantasy games. And Netherwatch is a horror game this time. It's a little different because it's a horror deduction game in which you play as agents investigating supernatural entities and basically hunting and trying to defeat different demons. But it's more like a deduction game where you will have to find clues and investigate, and you will not, run around with a shotgun trying to defeat those demons. So this is more like a serious horror deduction investigation game. This is a prototype copy. This game will be soon on Gamefound, and I will leave link to the Gamefound pre-launch page in the description. And now I want to show you what the game is about and how you play the game. And then I will tell you what I think about this prototype. This is how Netherwatch looks like when it's prepared for play. This is just a prototype copy, so please remember that the production is not final. Definitely the components will look better in the final game. In this video I just want to tell you what the game is about and what you do in this game, so don't look at the quality of the components. Still, it looks quite good, even though it's a prototype copy. In this game you play as investigators and you are visiting a location and you are trying to identify a demon that is hunting this particular place, and your goal is to either banish the demon or, if it's not possible, escape from the location. Before you play the game you have to choose an operation, you can say a mission. There are different types. I have just two in the prototype, there will be more in the final game. Each operation tells you some backstory, it tells you how to place all those locations on the board. This operation here is for the setup I have here. Locations, tokens, interaction cubes, scavenge cubes, everything is shown here. And then on the other side you have some special rules for the particular operation and some interactions, because you have some interaction tokens, and when you interact with them you can trigger specific events for this particular operation. So this is one thing. The second thing that you have to do before you play the game is to choose, or I would say randomly pick, one of the demons. There, in the final game, there will be demon vaults. You will have 12 of them. You will have 12 different demons. They will look much better than this one. This is a prototype. But each demon vault will contain some index card that you need to use when you open the game, when you have to prepare all those demon vaults. But then you have some events specific to a demon, some cards, some tokens that you will need for different equipment that you use to investigate, that you use to identify the demon. And there is an envelope here with the demon that is hiding here. But you don't know which demon is it. Your goal is to investigate, to move around and to find different clues that will allow you to guess what demon you are fighting with. This is very crucial in this game because the game is divided into two parts. There is this, you can say, discovery part of the game where you walk around the mansion, the location, you try to find clues and you try to identify a demon. Then you have to prepare, you have to gather specific items, ritual items that will allow you to banish the demon, and then you have to summon it. And if you guessed properly, you will be well prepared and you will be able to banish the demon and win the game. If you didn't guess the demon and you don't have the proper items, your way to win the game will be to escape from the location. So this game is about finding clues, about finding the hidden identity of the demon you are fighting with. So this is pretty cool. As I said, each demon has got a specific event cards, but those demon specific cards are mixed with you can say regular event cards, so this makes everything pretty random, so you never know what is your adversary in a specific game. What else do we have here? We have the location with different floors, different rooms. We will walk around here to investigate, to find clues. You have your investigators. Those are, you know, prototype standees. This is your HQ, your headquarters. You can say the truck that you came with to the location. You will be able to go here from the main location to gather some items, to gather some HQ specific items that will help you. They have no images because this is a prototype, but you have different items that will help you fight the demon and guess its identity. Then you have some essential items as well in the HQ. Items needed for this particular demon to be defeated, and you have to bring with you the proper one, the right one, the one that you think will help you fight the demonic entity. But now you can wonder, how do you know which items you should bring? And here it comes, the Codex Demonium. Really amazing small booklet that you have with you from the start of the game. And this is like a codex that you as an agent get, that contains a lot of information about different demonic entities, different traits, different types of demons. You have information about the demons that you may face. Each demon has got some description. You can see the traits that are characteristic for this demon, what banishment relics you need, what type of summoning circle you need, and how the banishing ritual looks like. So from the different clues that you will find in the game, you have to guess the right demon, and you need to gather the specific items. So this is pretty cool, different demons. Then you have the description of different items that you can get in this game, items that you will allow you to track and find different traits of demons. And this is also a pretty cool part of the game. Sorry, I'm talking about this game not in particular order, but about the different things that comes to my mind. During the game, you will be able to get different equipment. And this is pretty cool because each of those equipment is like a game in the game. For all of those equipment, you will need specific cards and tokens that you will retrieve from the demon vault. And by performing specific actions, you will have to guess what type of demon it is and what traits it does have. So this is pretty cool. Here are all those equipment, you can say items, and inside a demon vault, let me show you the one that we are currently using. Inside the demon vault, you have all those specific things that are needed for this specific equipment. And sometimes you will have to place some transparent cards on this equipment. Sometimes you will have to put it inside. Like for example, let me show you one thing. We have this equipment. I don't remember how it's called. Let me find it here in this book. This is called Spirit Box. And here you have this cool thing, transparent, and you have this token with different questions, and you may, if you have this equipment, you can use it and ask questions. For example, what do you want? Why are you here? Do you want to hurt me? You will insert it here. And then in this field here, you may or may not see some answers, and this may help you guess the identity of the demon. So this is pretty cool. Each equipment is different, works in different way, and the Codex Demonium helps you and tells you how to use each specific item and equipment. I didn't tell you about one important thing. You have this demon trait matrix. Of course, again, this is a prototype where you see different types of demons and their different traits. And by performing investigation care, by finding clues, by using the right equipment, you can find or you can rule out different traits of those demons. So the more you investigate and the more things and clues you will find, the better chance you will have to identify the specific demon. So this is pretty cool. But I'm talking about equipment and about demons, but I didn't mention the investigators yet. You have different investigators. There are 8 of them in the prototype, 4 player boards, but they are double-sided, so you can choose the one you want. Each investigator has got sanity track, number of actions, and number of actions when the demon is dormant, so hidden, or when the demon is manifested and it's somewhere in the location moving around. You have some passive abilities, some unique abilities, and some items on the left hand, in the left hand, right hand, and in your pocket at the bottom. I said about equipment, but there are quite a lot of items that you will be able to get. You have some initial items that you start the game with, like flashlight or shoulder lamp. You have some essential items, as I said, the items needed for specific rituals, and the different, like animus detector, scrying orb, shadow projector, the different equipment that is used for getting the trace of the demon. You have the HQ items, items that will help you, but you also have the scavenged items, items that you will be able to get in a specific rooms when you have this token and you perform the interact action. You can get this one of those scavenged items. So again, you have some additional items that may help you in the game. But important thing is that you cannot carry everything. If you play with 1 or 2 players, you have left hand, right hand, and 3 pocket spaces. If you play with 3 or 4 players, only 2 items can be in a pocket and 1 in left hand, 1 in right hand. So managing the items is also quite important. As for the actions that you can do, you can move around the map, around locations, you can investigate, you can interact with different tokens and perform the corresponding action here. You can hide, you can drop items, you can pick up items, because sometimes there will be items already on the floor. One thing I forgot to mention is that in this game also light is very important, because some rooms can be in darkness caused by the demonic entity, some can be dim and some can be light, and this is quite important because managing the light is affects a lot of different events, power of the demon. If you start your turn in a dark room, you will have to roll for sanity. If you lose too much sanity, the game will become much more difficult for you. So this is also quite thematic, that you have to adjust, you have to turn the lights on if you have specific items, maybe light some candles, maybe you need a flashlight, because if you act in darkness, the game becomes much more dangerous and much more difficult. Also, there are those hidden places here. Sometimes you can try to hide from the demon. So it's not about fighting the demon, but it's about investigating and banishing the demon with the proper banishing ritual. The demon in this game can either be hidden or it can be manifested. Thanks to different events in the game, you have this thick event deck. When it's dormant, then each agent can perform 3 actions, then you take 1 event. If the demon is manifested, all agents perform 2 actions and then the demon does something. But in the demon action phase, you take the top card of this deck and something happens. And let me show you how it works. So those are events, sometimes good, usually bad. You have this event, you can say card, and here you will slide the event card inside. So you take the card from here, you will slide it inside, you will flip it, and if the demon is manifested, something like this happens. If the demon is dormant, yes, something happens here. You have to slide the card here so you don't see the card number, because the card number will tell you if this is the demon event or if this is the ordinary event, so you have to slide it. And something will happen. And depending on the situation here, the demon can manifest, the demon can hide, different things will happen. And then the next player will perform the action, you will discard it, then the demon will act again. The top number on the first, on the top discarded card is the fate number, and this number sometimes affects different usage of different equipment and different cards. If the demon is dormant, you have more, you can say, freedom around the map, because you can go investigate, find clues. If the demon is manifested, it's more dangerous because the demon wants to track you and wants to kill you and wants to defeat you. If all agents are defeated, you lose the game. If you play true solo with just one investigator, then the one investigator dies, then you lose the game. But the cool thing in this game is that if you play with more investigators and one of them, for example, is dead, this one investigator can still help you, and he will play as a ghost. Here is this afterlife card, and as a specter, this player will have some additional small like actions that this player can use to help you. And this is pretty cool, because even though someone can be eliminated and die, this person can still play and help other players from the afterlife. But at some point the discovery phase will end, either when this event dex runs out. If it's out, the first events, the blue one, are the, you can say, better ones, the easier ones, and depending on your difficulty level you will have more or less of those. The red ones are more dangerous, and because here are the demon events and the regular more dangerous events. But if the deck is out of cards, you will flip this bottom card to the demon ascended side, and it means that it's the end of the discovery phase. The demon manifests on the board, and you will have the confrontation stage of the game. If the event deck runs out of cards, you don't have a chance to banish the demon anymore, and you will have to escape. Escaped objective is written on the operation card and tells you what to do to escape from the demon. But this is the worst scenario. The better scenario is that you have found enough clues to guess which demon you are fighting with, and you can summon the demon. You will have to gather specific items, make a summoning circle, and you will have to summon the demon. When the demon appears on the map, you will have to perform the banishment ritual from the book. Of course, if you have guessed wrong which demon you are fighting with, there is a big chance that you will not have the required equipment, because the HQ is no longer available when the demon is in the confrontation stage and when the demon appears on the board. So you have to bring all the required items before the demon before you are confronting the demon. So this is quite important. So if you have guessed the demon correctly, you have a chance to banish it. If not, there is a chance you don't have the required items, so you'll have to run away again. If you banish the demon, you win the game. If you manage to escape, you win the game. In the confrontation stage, when the demon appears on the board, you don't use the event card anymore. You use this big demon card, and it will perform different actions. It has got different passive abilities. Each demon is different, and you will have to face this terrifying demonic entity. So this is pretty cool. So the first part, discovery, is for preparing, finding clues, guessing the demon you are facing, gathering the specific items and equipment, and summoning the demon. And then you have either to escape or banish the demon. This is basically how the game works. As I said, this is a prototype, 12 demons in the final game, more different operations. There will be more tiles of different rooms and floors. This is how it plays. Let me tell you what I think about Netherwatch. So you have an idea how the game plays. Like always with prototypes, with previews, it's hard for me to say definitely if the game is how good the game is or how the game is not good, because this is a prototype. It's just a demo of the game. I have 4 demons out of 12. All the locations are not final. I don't have all the components. It's a prototype for me to try, and so I can tell you what I think about this game. So to give my final opinion, I will have to wait for the final production copy of this game. But so far, I have to say it's a great, very unique and very intriguing game. And this is, in today's world, the highest price a game can get to say that a game is unique, and I have not played a game like this before. Nowadays, so many games come out every year, and a lot of games are a copy of a copy of a copy. A lot of mechanics and gameplay loop in a lot of games is similar to some other games you played. Of course, in Netherwatch, the basics are similar. You have locations, you have investigators, you walk from room to room, you have some actions, then you have event phase. But the general idea that you are a group of investigators and you have to track demons, you have to deduct which demons you are facing, and you have all those equipment items that you have to use in a different way. You have to gather clues, you have to prepare for the ritual, you have to summon the demon, and then you have to banish it. It's very unique. I have never played a horror game like this. I played horror games like Final Girl, and one of my all-time favorite games is Arkham Horror, but all those games are, I would say, less serious. Here it's a horror game, a horror theme. If you've seen some horror movies, like I remember a scene from It, the Stephen King's book and movie, where they were in this clown's house, Pennywise, and very dark, very creepy, very scary. This is like this in Netherwatch. The whole idea with those 12 different demons, and you never know which demons you are facing, and you have to guess which you are facing. You have to gather the equipment. It's really, really cool and really unique. Even though it's a prototype and the cards are very thin and the tokens are very thin, it looks good. The final game will look even better. Of course, there are some questions and I don't know the answers, how replayable the game will be with 12 different demons. You can guess it, the replayability will be high, but still, will the events be, how the events will be in the final game? Because there is a chance that some events will be so memorable that the next time you play with the same demon and you will get the same event card, you can say, okay, I remember this event from my previous game, maybe this is the demon, maybe not, I don't know. I also don't know how they will do it from the physical components aspect, because if you will have tag boxes for all those 12 demons, and there will be, I don't know how they will do it, but if those tag boxes will be typical cardboard tag boxes, then after opening it a few times, you will easily tell which tag boxes were already opened before and which not. So it will be easier for you to guess which demon you are facing with. To make it really in a proper way, the tag boxes, the boxes for each demon, the demon vaults should be made from maybe a thicker cardboard that you can open and close, and not the thin tag boxes. But I don't know how they will do it. So I cannot tell you a lot about the final production of this game, but so far I have to say this is one of the most unique games I played this year. It's amazing, it's great, great theme, great story, the Codex Demonium, this is amazing. You really feel like an agent of a special organization tracking supernatural things and tracking demons. It's really, really nice, it's really well designed, looks great. So if you like horror games, if you played Mansions of Madness, but you thought, okay, this Mansions of Madness game is not so serious and I like a more heavy theme, more horror theme, and I don't want to play with an app, try Netherwatch. If you like Arkham Horror, if you like horror movies, but also you are looking for something more serious, more demonic, more sinister, then definitely play Netherwatch. For me, it's one of the most unique games I played this year, and I cannot wait for the Gamefound campaign. I hope this will be successful, because there are not many games nowadays that are unique, and this one definitely is. And I cannot wait to play the final game, the final production game of Netherwatch, with all those, final components, because those components are quite annoying, especially those thin cardboard tokens. But yeah, this is a prototype, and the setup is quite long in this prototype, but still a very, very good game. I highly recommend playing it. One thing I'm curious also is, I almost forgot it, how you will play true solo, because now I feel that playing true solo with one investigator feels more complex than, for example, when playing with two, especially that you have limited pockets and limited hand capacity, and you cannot carry everything. If you have two investigators, it's easier to take more equipment with you to the location. but maybe they will adjust it, I don't know. Some question marks, but so far it looks great. And if the final production and if the final game will be just like this prototype, it will be a great game. So definitely I recommend it. Visit the Gamefound pre-launch page, click notify on launch and check out the final campaign. And I'm curious what Jonathan and team came up with and how the campaign will looks like. All the links in the description. Visit me on social media, on Facebook, Instagram. Click the like button, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and see you next time. Bye.